Have you ever had an experience where God kind of showed you something was going to happen and got all excited and it kind of caused like a certain level of stress, sometimes anxiety, something like, I don't want to mess it. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to do the wrong thing. Have you ever had something like that happen? When something happens, we have faith in God to bring the thing to pass. But unfortunately, sometimes we have faith in the thing to happen. And that's what causes the anxiety, the stress, the fear. I'm going to miss it. Oh, I'm going to mess it up. All of those kind of type ideas. And this is a perfect scripture to actually help us to keep our peace, because as we guard our heart, we guard our heart from expectation.
There we go.
We guard our heart from time, from schedule.
Because oftentimes things don't play out the way that we expect them to, and if we have a very stubborn expectation, and it's not quite fitting in what God showed us was going to happen or told us what was going to happen,
right?
That could cause a whole bunch of anxiety and stress and God knows what else. But yeah, I feel approaching what God said a little more freely, not putting restraints on it and giving room for it to grow will relieve a lot of that stress. Because if we harp on this one thing, like, whatever God said, he told you this specific thing, and then in our mind we're trying to plot the path to that end goal, that thing that God said. That's where a lot of that stuff happens, because we think we got to step right, and then I got to go here, this way, that way, and then God will take you a whole other route. You're like, oh,
right.
And just removing our own expectation of what we think it is as well. Yeah. And all the issues of life flow through the heart, from the heart. And we were just talking about perception and how we see and understand things as well, because how we interpret the world around us, that affects us. That affects our heart, and then that affects how we interact with people around us. And people are going to be exposed to stress, traumatic things, or even what wonderful and beautiful things.
I think some of the anxiety and the stress, it comes from us wanting to change, and it's not always that the thing shouldn't be changed. So it could be a justifiable thought that you want to change, but the issue is that that's not our job.
True.
Our job is not to change the circumstance. Our job is to coexist sometimes in these crazy environments. But the blessing is that the peace that is part of our inheritance, it's still on us, even though we're in these crazy environments.
Very true.
So you're in this chaotic moment, but you can still have the peace of God. And it's a programming to where we're no longer trying to change the environment. We're to focus on maintaining the peace.
Exactly. Because once you start accepting the reality of stuff, you fit into your role much better.
There's a cheat code in there though, right? For peace.
Yes.
Like acceptance is like the spark of peace. It's that first step. It's all about acceptance. Can I accept what God's doing in this moment? No matter what. And that's the promise. The promise is for us to be able to still have peace.
Those moments like that, that's when our light is supposed to shine the most as well. Because we're like you said, like we're not like little like sorcerers and stuff trying to manipulate things into existence, but we're following the plan God has. And then in those type of moments, we're letting our light shine